Well, thank you. First of all, Dan, thank you very much for creating this room and giving me an opportunity as a host of the Monsoon versus Spout challenges that which we have pitched. And then, as I mentioned earlier during my introductory, because I just share you in Bhutan, because of this, the so-called subtropical farmers. In fact, this Gellifu, where I stay, Sarpang, is one of the highest vegetable growers and one of the highest farming seasons. But however, we have right from end of May till end of October, cultivating and harvesting of vegetable is very difficult. And then that is because of the climatic condition, number one. Number one, the temperature is very hot. At the moment, the scorching temperature is 40 degrees. 40 degrees, so you need to be prepared to this. As of today, it's the ambient temperature is 40 degrees outside. And then at the same time, we have lots of rain. We have lots of rain. So that's why our farmers are not able to cultivate any vegetables here in the monsoon. Though government tried to bring in the concept of the greenhouse, and then after having the greenhouse, then what we have realized is because of the monsoon, outdoor farming is not feasible. And then at the same time, we have also found that when we have a greenhouse, because of the summer scorching heat, the temperature really rises, and then there are incidents of lots of pests and diseases. And then because of this, we found that due to heavy rain, most of the plants gets rotten because of the pests. And then greenhouse has been one of the low success rate in the subtropical farmer where we stay. So that is the idea, challenges that we have pitched in. The institute where I am running, and then what we call the TTTRC or Technical Trainers Training and Resource Center, FabLab, we have machines of 3D printers, CNC millings, PCB production, laser cutting, precision milling, and banner cutting. Apart from that, we also have piezo printers and other printers also, that which we deal. And recently, with the assistance from our collaboration from the from Turkey Foundation, we also managed to get additional 3D printer from them. And also we have a small lab for mobile robotics with all the equipments and accessories to run the mobile robotics. So that is all about our FabLab. The FabLab is situated in the ground floor. It is a house in three-story building, but ground floor is the FabLab, where FabLab, it has two partitions. First one is all about the 3D printing and then other cutting printers, and then other one is all related to robotics and then electronics. So we have ground floor two FabLabs with one conference hall, which can house maximum of 10 people, and all the rooms are air conditioned. And just 50 meters away from the FabLab is where you all going to stay. That's what we call our executive hostel, where you will be placed in one fully furnished bedroom and then one sitting room and a pantry. That's for you if you wish to prepare, but still then we will also assist you in providing all the meals to you, but nonetheless in between if you want to go around. And this campus is housed in 28.6 acres, and then you will be excited to meet some of the so-called BET trainees or Tibet trainees. In European they call it BET, and then here we call it Tibet Technical and Vocational Education. Trainees from construction carpentry to upholstery to welding to machinist, to transmission and distribution linesman to all. So we have all sorts of, we have, in fact, we are offering around 14 courses, 14 certificate level and national certificate level 2 and level 3, and also we intend to do new additional courses by this October. Three new courses by this October, robotics, and I already have a trainer coming in from Germany, though his Germany session in. By the way, TTTRC or is also responsible for the master.
Mr. Karma, I don't know if it's just me, but I think you're breaking up a bit.
Should
Or
we
maybe
switch
we
off
have
the
even-
video? Is it a balance issue?
Yeah. Bhutan is notorious for having quite a bad connection, which we have been experiencing over the past 2 months. So let's hope he will connect back. In the meantime, like he was saying, they have accommodation. Well, there he is.
Yes.
You're back.
Sorry. Yeah, today, because of there is a breakdown in fiber optic line, so our IT department team are extensively working because of the monsoon. This also happens here. Sometimes we need to, like the last 1 month, we had to change almost around 6 switches in network switches because of the lightning. It gets destroyed. So yeah, so the hostel, which is just 50 meters away from the Fab Lab, was just situated there. And then our Fab Lab also, our Fab Lab has two labs and with one conference hall where we can accommodate up to 10 people roughly. And then we have our community partners. Our community partners are just driving distance, which is around 10 kilometers. And the 10 kilometer here is similar to 10 kilometers the developed countries. Normally in Bhutan, when we talk about 10 kilometers, it is almost very far. But now here, since we are in the plains, so 10 kilometers, it's okay. So within that, we have something called Agriculture Research and Development Center. So that is one of our community partners. Then we also have Farm Machinery Center Limited, who is responsible for all the farming equipments. Then we also have a Regional Seed Development Center. They are responsible to produce and carry out researches in seed. Then we have 2 community farmers. That's what we call or local vegetable farming group, and then Chosang Farm. So these 2 are the community farmer, local community farmer group. Then the earlier 3 that I have mentioned are our community partners from within the communities. So that's all for now. That's just a brief introductory. The crux of our pitching of these challenges by us is to ensure that irrespective of climatic conditions in Bhutan, we are able to produce a sprout. That is our vegetable farming. So that is the main crux of our thing. So somewhere in between, I was trying to find out why not we have a greenhouse which is totally operated by AI. I don't just I'm not an AI expert, but that's what I heard. Maybe temperature control, water control, I don't know if there is too much water drainage or something like that. So that's just a pitching of it. Well, with this, once again, thank you. Welcome on board. And then thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Karma. So guys, Mr. Karma is the principal of the TTTRC, the Technical Training Center. So now maybe each of you wants to do a short introduction on who you are and what you do and why you joined the challenge, maybe. So who wants to go?
And the last guy who jumped in start? No.
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, then I'm starting. Sorry for being too late, but I was in the wrong room, so I didn't realize that. Yeah, I'm from Mike from Germany, doing education and training for 3D printing and 3D technologies, but also for media, and working in a makerspace in a university library. So yeah, and currently I'm try to do a photograph of a 200-something million years old fossil for a museum here. So yeah, that's for now enough, I think. Or do you want to know more? No, we talk in Bhutan.
Dan, would you like to? Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if somebody could assign the next participant, so he won't be. Yeah.
Okay, then I select you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Þóra. I'm from Iceland. I'm the director of FabLab Reykjavík, which is the biggest lab in Iceland since we are in the capital area. But Iceland has about 10 Fab Labs, which is very high. If we think about that, there are only 300,000 people living here. We have excellent prototyping facilities in Iceland. So my background is in psychology, but we are 6 people that work here now and with different skill levels. And we do a lot of prototyping and training. So yeah, so maybe I will assign Felix to introduce himself next.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, my name is Felix. Yeah, my background is architecture and physics. I'm an active member of Dim Sum Labs hackerspace in Hong Kong. And yeah, I'm researching architecture with living trees, in particular banyan trees. And that also brought me last year to Meghalaya, which is just south of where we will be. And I assume the climate is probably kind of similar. And yeah, I'm excited to learn in this challenge and maybe able to contribute a little bit. Oh yeah, I want to mention I will be in Meghalaya before I enter Bhutan too. I will be there for about 2 weeks to meet the people from the Living Bridge Foundation again.
Wonderful. Do you want to assign the next person?
Oh yeah, true. Oh, I forgot about this. Then I select Jay.
Okay, yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Jay. I'm a faculty at the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, in India, and I am also the faculty in charge here of our makerspace, which has facilities equivalent to a Fab Lab, but it's not a Fab Lab right now. And I teach, prototyping. I mean, so I did do the Fab Lab, Fab Academy diploma. So that is something that I do teach, but also at the same time, I'm a researcher in, environmental sustainability, more so, I think, related to, what Felix said about, how do you make energy efficient buildings? And so probably I thought, some of those concepts could be applicable here. I'm also from the hottest part of India. So yeah, 50 degrees is okay. Celsius. Not okay, but you can survive. But very interested. But that is more of like a desert part of India. It doesn't rain there at all. And so we'll see, how we'll manage. There's a lot to talk about, but maybe I'll stop now and I'll assign Happily.
I wanted to let you know that we are very happy with our 11 degrees in Iceland.
Yes, exactly. I'm also from Iceland, so looking out the window now, it's about 11 degrees. That's the warmest day of the year, almost. So those 40 degrees are going to be a little bit challenging, I suppose. But I think we'll hopefully get used to it soon enough. So I work at the University of Iceland. I used to work with Þóra actually at the FabLab Reykjavík, but now I'm at the University of Iceland integrating FabLab technology into the faculty. mechanical engineering and industrial engineering. My background, I have a bachelor's in environmental and energy engineering. So, and I have also a background. I grew up on a farm, so food production and everything is very close to my heart. But in this different environments, so I think that's a very interesting thing to experience and ideate on. I've been in this FabLab field here in Iceland for about 10 years, so I know a lot about digital fabrication and such, doing some courses here at the university and such. So I think it's going to be very, very fun and very pleased to meet you all. It's going to be a very interesting week, to say the least.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well done. Anything? If not, I'll just actually I'm happy to meet you all. Actually from India, which is very close neighbor, and then all the way to Finland. You also to Finland, right? Or Ireland?
Iceland.
Iceland.
Iceland,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you very much. So I have
Much colder in Iceland.
So it was.
Maybe
Sorry, I was just trying to mention that it will be this will also not only for our challenges, but it will also give me a platform. I'm working here as a training director, acting training director for the Technical Teachers Training and Resource Center. I am also responsible in recruiting all the international master trainers for technical institutes in Bhutan. We have 9 technical institutes. Until now, I have come across and we have recruited from Czech Republic, we have recruited from United Kingdom, we have from Germany. Germany, I have many. Actually, with the assistance from German arts and crafts. From there, we could bring in, and on this 10, we are receiving 2 from Sweden also. So I'm fortunate that this will also give me a platform to share because we are also trying to now, especially in technical Tibet training delivery, and then the research concept which I introduced recently, and I presented in one of the forums of embracing digital technology in Tibet training delivery, where I conceptualized one paper journal on 3PBL. We have heard a lot about PBL, no? Problem-based learnings. So now I further that went into by cascading into 3PBL, which is process-based learning, product-based learning, and problem-based learning. So this is one. So we will have a lot to share. Now, should you have any queries about our location institute? Actually, we are away from town, which is 18 kilometers from the proper town. It's a small town, but we are a little bit higher up of the town, and we are here quite okay. But the temperature that I mentioned outside 40 degrees is in the actual town. But here we are a little bit high up, closer to the mountains. So we are okay, not that hot. It will be around 37, 38, but not 40. Okay.
But I'm happy to hear that the rooms are air conditioned. so we will be living.
And yes, and from our colleague, from Mr. Flex. So you will definitely see a lot of trees here, which you are one of your interests, just trying to go through that. And then our other colleagues from Finland and architects, yes, definitely I will have something to entertain you apart from your work that we will be carrying out here. Thank you very much.
We still miss Dan,
Do you
right?
have
Dan.
Me? No, I'm the coordinator, one of the challenge coordinators. So I'm just here to make sure the room is recorded and everything happens. But I can introduce myself. So I'm Dan from the Netherlands. I'm currently still a master student in industrial design, and as an internship, I joined the Bali Fab Island Challenge, which I helped coordinate as well. And then they liked what I did there, so they recruited me to be a program assistant at the Fab City Foundation, and that's why I'm organizing this together with Mitali. We're also doing challenge-based curriculum based on the Fab Island Challenge in Indonesia with high school students. And we're gonna hopefully do this challenge next year in Mexico as well. So, and I'll be joining you guys in Bhutan. Hopefully I will go to all the different labs, but that's something we're still figuring out because it's quite a drive. One thing I want to remind you guys of is that as we are not facilitating communication between the teams from this point onwards, make sure that you find a way, maybe a WhatsApp group for yourself or whatever, that you can communicate between now and arriving in Bhutan. And then I think we can open the floor for any questions, any thoughts until the breakout rooms close.
Yeah, I think it would be smart to have a WhatsApp chat. Does everybody have WhatsApp here?
Sure, yes.
So,
The group is growing, huh?
في شو بدك اياه لا خلص تمام كله تمام اللينكات او شيء مسجات لا في شيء لا الشيء اللينك تبعت لي اياه
hello.
Suhaib can also introduce.
Do we have a new person here?
Welcome,
Suhaib.
Suhaib. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry that I have bad connection, so I have to change my location to be able to join. So, can you all of you hear my voice?
Yes.
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 Good. So,
Maybe you can do because everybody introduced themselves already. Maybe you can do a short introduction of who you are and what you do and why you're joining the challenge.
okay. First of all, my name is Suhaib Kamal. I'm a graduate student from Textiles Academy of the 2023, focusing on the biomaterial, especially for the kombucha or bacterial cellulose, vegan leathers. As for the agricultures, I also have a good background from my past experience as I am a certified aquaponic designers, where I can use the pure food from the fish poop to convert it to be as fertilizer to the plants. As I understand from the beginning of what's the scenarios that are facing here in Bhutan for the agriculture, for the hot temperatures, and you are using a greenhouse and it's the summer and the degree is arriving for 42 Celsius. I wondering, did anybody using in Bhutan is the geothermal techniques or is it difficult to be used?
No, till now we have not experimented geothermal techniques, but yes, there are a few people who are trying to do some research, and I could also see some of my colleagues doing that, who is also the director of the GENIC or Jigminongwangchu Engineering College, which is eastern part of Bhutan. But I don't know to what extent he has reached, but I would love to hear more about that.
Okay, good. I will try to send some articles about it if we can do it, would be great. The second thing is for the seeds, have some seeds that can, like by nature, I'm not speaking about the hybrid seeds, but about some seeds that usually can adapt with the hot temperatures. Now, this I'm sure you are using it since it's like local one and from different like past generations. So the seeds already adaptive, especially if it is organics one would be perfect.
Okay. I think that is possible because we already have as our community partners from which is nearby, which is 7 kilometers away from our institute, where we call it Agriculture Research and Development Center, who carries all the research, not on the hybrid, but on the seed research. And also we have regional seed development center. So we already have 2 community partners working with us for this challenge.
Okay, great.
Sorry,
the mic with you.
I saw I saw in the description of the challenge that you are also thinking about landslides, and is that a big part of the challenge, or are you thinking about sorts of agricultural solutions for that? Or so I've been reading up on, like, the UN has made some reports on how to, so explain that.
That's true, because that concept just popped in my mind because I heard about something called, I don't know, they call it bihi agriculture or something like that. So yes, that is there. So that will also be, because here our mountains are very young, especially the place where I stay, and then it is prone to landslides, especially during the monsoon. And then you could see rivers coming in, running from every corner, every angle. So that's why that is also one of the challenges for us to protect those where we can cultivating areas to provide a protection. So definitely that will also be one of our part.
I see that the suggestions here sometimes it's just like silvopasture or agroforestry and growing poplar. So is poplar something that is grown in Bhutan? They're like have really strong root systems.
Yes, especially here in Gyeongbu areas, as you mentioned, yes, low pasture, that's always there. And then most of the people here are, even the institute where I am located, if you look around, it's all farmers. You'll see all farmers, and then they do plenty of such activities.
I also have a question, Mr. Karma. So recently, I saw a short movie from Simon Mundy. He's a sustainability person who does a lot of short movies from all around the world.
Okay.
And recently, I think he did a movie on Bangladesh, which is close to Bhutan. And I think in that short movie, I can also share the link. But I think what I understood was that probably because of climate change, gradually maybe the sea level is rising, and so wherever they used to do paddy farming, rice farming, there that soil has become more salty. So from rice farming now they are shifting to shrimp farming, which is what is working for them. So along those lines, what I wanted to ask you is that if the climate is changing, or like we said that during monsoon, how do you one way is that you do farming in a way irrespective of whatever the climate is, it works. That is one way. But the other is, are there the way the climate is right now, if we have weather stations, we have the data, are there some other crops which could be suitable, which has worked in other parts of the world, which is also something which is palatable to the local Bhutanese people? Have we thought about it? You have community partners, although I'm not from agriculture background, but that was something I thought I wanted to ask.
Well, I just at the moment I don't have any perfect answer to that. Nonetheless, I'll definitely, the moment we start having that group chat in WhatsApp, we form a group, I'll definitely add our community partners, and we have 2 partners from agriculture areas, so regional seed development center and then agriculture research center. So they will be in the better position to respond to that. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
I'm creating a WhatsApp. I'll be sending you a link soon.
Okay.
Are you making?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, just wondering who's going to make the WhatsApp group.
I'm making one now, but if anybody else, but I can't invite any one of you, just you, because I have you in my contacts, but I'm going to share a link.
Right.
I post a link. Okay. I wrote my email in the chat, so it's a backup.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention it would be interesting maybe